know, I'll admit, I'm a very relaxed, reserved, to myself type of individual. I'm also very honest and somewhat brash to a fault in my delivery. I can be. So I do know that. So it doesn't necessarily hurt my feelings when someone say, whoa, man, how you just said that, you know? Can you fix that? Why, yes, sure I can. Give me one moment. Let me attempt to do that. I'm open to doing that. You know why? Because I know me. I know who I am. I know what I'm comprised of. And I know I have the capability to say things and it offends others. That I know. Which is why I've always said I'm not above explaining what I mean by that. Because I do realize that one of my attempts, what I like to attempt to do in my language and my verbiage is I want to speak correctly. For those of you that have maybe heard me on panels, you know, there's a difference in when I'm speaking out of leisure than when I'm coming to you presenting. When I'm presenting something I feel is of relevance, I'm going to position myself in a better space and use words that are relevant to that conversation or that dialogue. And yeah, I do know what these words mean, actually. So I'm not your boy T.I. I'm not just walking around here just pontificating on words and just putting things together and, to sound intelligent. No, these are words that I've actually had to define on my own and look up. But anyway, I like to present myself in straightforward verbiage. I don't like a lot of the runaround. I'm not vague when I'm speaking to you. I don't address exactly what it is that I'm saying, but I know that sometimes it doesn't come out in the best ways that will allow all of us to digest it. Some people hear it, some people hear my words and they hear negativity. Then others hear it and they hear honesty. And then some hear it and they feel like they hear bullshit. And there are all reasons why each one of these scenarios have been approached in these ways. And all of it, yet again, begins with self. It begins with your perception of you, for one, and then you're taking that perception out into the world and you're formulating everything based on your feelings and your perception of something. You're basing everything that you know and that you see on that. And that is where I see a lot of, that's why I say a lot of errors happen. I see a lot of arguments happen, a lot of disagreements happen. Because of one basic, key, fundamental thing that isn't taking place. And that's proper communication. Proper communication and asking the right qualifying questions. Do we do that enough? Do we ask the right questions? That's not for me to answer. That's for each and every one of us to answer. Are we asking the right questions? There's so many things, there's so many ways, so many ways I can go there. Are we asking the right questions? Are we doing the right things? Are we lending our energy to the right things? Are we giving our energy to the right things that are going to create something good for us or for those around us? You have to ask yourself that. Is what I'm contributing to, is it positive or is it negative? Or how much positivity am I contributing to it? And how much negativity am I contributing to it? How much of it is me? And how much of it is them? Or they? Or he? Or she? Or it? How much? How much is us? How much is the self? You see, I'm going to talk a lot about the self. And I'm not talking about the self from a selfish perspective or a narcissistic perspective or an egotist perspective. I'm speaking about the self, the all-encompassing, the so-called created. The who, the what, the why. The self. As I said, everything begins and ends with self. That's one of the first things out of the gate. If your first question is, why he, and she said, and he did, and him, and if that's your first response to a negative stimuli, I'm here today to tell you, you are the problem. It is not them, it is not him, it is not she, it's you. Because you didn't start by asking yourself the question, is this relevant to me? If so, how? What am I putting into this? What did I contribute? And how did it assist? How did it help others? Come on now. We gotta be asking ourselves the right questions. Yeah. Yeah. Against the self. That's I like talking about. I like that topic because it requires accountability. It requires a responsibility to others first and foremost. Not even to this. And see, that's what's so cold about the self. See, the self is about everything on the outside, how you are reacting to everything on the outside. So it is about you, the individual, but it's more so about others. That's why I say it's deep. It's a very deep thing. And we miss that a lot of the times. Because of what? Ego. Ego makes us feel like we the shit. It makes us feel strong. Ego makes us feel like I'm somebody. Even if you was told all your life you wasn't shit, and you ain't gonna be nobody, and you're nothing. Any other negative shit that people can think of to say to you, to keep you down. You know. The ego feeds off of that. The ego feeds off of that trauma. And it begins to tell its trauma a twisted inside out. As above, so below. Or below as above. You know? It begins to trick you into thinking that shit. And in turn, You take that negativity and you turn it around, and it creates a whole other monster. Yeah, as I said, that self thing is deep. It can go to so many things. Ego has the common man putting all of its business on display and not even realizing it at most times, because the ego will blind you. It keeps you from seeing the self. It keeps you from seeing what the self truly needs. So it's going to feed you this false sense of so-called reality. It's going to feed you this story, and you'll keep telling yourself, yeah, that is the story. That shit true. I am that, man. Yeah, man. Till you start taking on the characteristics, and create the persona. Next thing you know, you're in a whole different personality. Who are you? You follow? You follow? Anyway. Yeah. This is where my head is at. This is where my head is at. I peep a lot of different things, you know. I see a lot of different things out here. And it's interesting because, you know, that's what I said, man, the ego will fool you. It'll have you out here, you know, pumping your chest out, thinking you confronting something, when you really aren't confronting anything. Like, we really aren't. This shit is only real if we make it real. Otherwise, it doesn't have to be anything at all. I just think that there's a better way to be as humans. There's a better way. 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 A better way. It is. There is always a better way. All right. I'm through rambling. Transmission out.